Hey church, Pastor Dan here. We are so excited in January to be offering a marriage skills training at our church. I'm here with Justin and Summer Wollerman. I know many of you know them. We love them. They've done a lot of ministry in our town for a number of years. And so we just wanted to take a few minutes and give you a little bit more information about the marriage skills training and what you can expect. First of all, let's just start with this. It is a major need in our churches and our community for help with marriages. Yeah. And I've just seen that as a pastor, and I know you guys know that too because you're in this, but tell me briefly just about how you guys got involved with this ministry.
Yeah, I would say about, 3 to 4 years ago, we got invited to this marriage thing from some good friends of ours down in Colorado. And so we headed down there, not really expecting or knowing much about it, really. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it changed our life. It changed our marriage, and we pretty quickly realized our marriage, we knew things weren't well, and it changed everything. And we learned new skills, learned a lot about each other and ourselves. And we're just given some skills that were needed to help communication and really oneness that then began to help everything else.
That's
in
awesome.
Our life. Yeah.
So you guys brought that back kind of to Casper, and I know you've done you're kind of really starting to do a lot more actually, just kind of bringing this to Casper. But we're pumped to host this at our church just so people know kind of what this is going to be structured like. January 19th, that's a Friday night. That's kind of the first overview night, and that'll be probably at 6 p.m. for a couple of hours that evening. We'll provide childcare for that. And if I mess up or don't say something right, you just interrupt. And then my understanding is, and then over the kind of the next month, essentially, there's going to be some small group meetings where you're going to go over some of the skills and talk through things in small groups with the participants.
Right.
And then it'll conclude on February 17th, and that'll be a Saturday and kind of big day review, but we want to make it really nice. We're going to have a nice lunch for everybody. And so those are kind of the bookends, January 19th and February 17th. That's the big structure. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Now people are wondering, like, I'm sure, what are we actually going to be doing? What's the curriculum? What is and isn't this? What should people expect for this?
Yeah, I think a good way, something I wrote is the main aspect of this is to teach and train repeatable skills that assist in this pursuit of oneness in a marriage, but for the purpose of kingdom effectiveness and God's glory. So, we found, and anyone who's been married understands when you're not well with your spouse, everything else struggles. Mm-hmm. And so when that oneness is there with your spouse, you can be more effective in the kingdom. But what we found is people need skills, but really more practicing. It's not necessarily more information or the right information they need. Mm-hmm. They need an environment where they can repeat things and practice them to build new habits. Yeah. And so we will share information, and then in our small groups, we're going to begin to look at some of these skills and begin to practice them. And Summer and I will show them and practice them real time in front of people as well with real stuff that we haven't talked to each other about, to show that it's a thing. And then this final day, the culmination is when couples really go deeper with each other. It will be challenging for some, but it's a good thing, and they'll get to practice them. And we have found that it's far more effective in that community setting. And so, Lord willing, people will then have a group of people that they can help each other in this with the skills, with the language, and those things.
That's awesome, man.
So on Saturday, if I can add.
Yep.
Saturday all day, we'll teach a skill, and then you get to break off and go somewhere alone with your spouse and practice that skill. then we'll come back together and you'll learn another skill and then break off and practice the skill, and you just do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who is this for? I mean, is this for younger couples, older couples, people who are having problems in their marriage, or not necessarily? Or
Yeah, I would say it could be for anybody. I mean, we've seen the wide range. We've seen newlyweds. I guess we've seen people who are engaged.
Yeah.
Newlyweds, people married for a few years, people who've been married for a long time. I mean, we've seen some older couples that have gone through this and have had huge breakthroughs. And the thing you keep hearing is, man, I wish I'd have had this sooner.
Yeah.
This would have helped.
Yeah.
This would have helped a lot.
So we teach things like empathy, and we teach apologizing and just things like that. And you learn a common language that you can use with each other. And then, like, if you're in community with people, then they know the language too. You can use it with your kids. It's great. It applies to many different areas.
That's awesome. Well, I think our plan is, as far as the price, it's going to cost $50. That's going to include, your lunch on the Saturday, and then also there's an online component that this is going to pay for. As far as, I don't know if it's like a self. What would you describe it?
Yeah, the online component. It's an assessment.
Okay.
It's a big assessment, and so it assess essentially who you are. One of the things we focus on are the relational needs that we have, and then our spouse, and then it will compare that with your spouse to highlight some areas that would be good to focus on.
That's cool. Yeah. We want everybody who wants to participate in this to be able to. So don't let money keep you back. Talk to one of our deacons or elders if you would like some financial assistance for this. But we would love for you to participate in this. Any other last thoughts you guys have for anybody who might be on the fence about whether or not to do this?
You won't regret it.
Yeah.
It's what people need. It's for us. Doing ministry for years, we found it to be one of the most effective, fruitful things that we've been a part of.
Let me ask you one last question. Is it, obviously it's biblical principles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it only for Christians mainly, or have you ever had like non-believers take this too?
Yeah, we've had non-believers. We actually have a couple right now that's reaching out to us that want help.
Cool.
So yeah.
So we can spread the word to whoever would like to participate in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
Hope you guys sign up. And if you have more questions, you can talk to me. And we'll see you soon. Thanks.